If you've ever wondered why lions are golden yellow, these scenes provide the answer. The color of a lion might be described as the color of Africa. You'd never know they were there unless you walked right onto one. This, of course, is what they're hoping that animals like these zebras will do. In tall yellow grass, the zebra's best defense is to move in single file. It's in more open country that hunting at pride strength really pays. Some of the pride waits in full view. The zebra knows perfectly well that they're there. It also knows that the lions will never make it across the open ground in time to kill. A prudent withdrawal seems the best policy. It's the other lions, the ones the zebra can't see, which are the ones to worry about. Another party approaches, with them a single wildebeest. The tossing of the head is often a sign of nervousness when they suspect lions are around. The trap is about to be sprung. This time, the zebra are too wary. But the lone wildebeest looks like a better opportunity. It's amazing how many failures lions have, even when hunting as a pride. The ambush is laid beside a water hole at the edge of the Etosha Pan. A steady stream of animals can be expected as they come to drink. This time, the target is well within range and nicely compact. It was this lioness coming from the other direction who made the kill in a cloud of dust. The victim once again is a yearling zebra, not so fleet-footed or experienced as the rest. The whole pride of 10 lions converges to claim its share. minutes after the kill, there is only a stain on the ground to show where the zebra had been. After the feast, a drink to wash it down. Anyone who owns a cat knows how it uses the rough upper surface of its tongue to lap up milk. A lion drinks in exactly the same way. It often drinks about a gallon at a time and takes as much as 10 minutes to lap it all up. In slow motion, you can see the upper surface of the tongue at work. The Umbika Pride, named after one of Etosha's water holes, is dominated by two immense males, each weighing 550 pounds. One is gold-maned, the other black. As long as they're present, no other males dare muscle in on Umbika preserves. In the early morning, the pride moves down to the water hole. The zebras spot their sagging bellies and recognize that the lions have just fed, so they're not afraid. They know the lions just want an early morning drink after their feast. You could call Umbika this pride's own water hole, but they're not necessarily in charge here. With 6 resident lionesses and frequent young additions, pride strength varies all the time. At the moment, they number 19. The protection of 2 big males, plus a year-round supply of game in the area, make the pride an extremely stable one. The wrinkled grimace is typical of a lion detecting another lion's scent, in this case a female who is ready to mate. The grimace is sometimes a prelude to an advance or a rebuff. But it's the lionesses who often take the initiative. The eternal triangle is not unknown. Mating fights are one of the few times when rival males inflict severe wounds on each other. When the fight's over, the female makes the first pass. The victor goes to make sure his rival has got the message. The lioness hasn't been won without some facial rearrangement to her suitor. The cubs are born after a gestation period of between 105 and 112 days. There can be any number from 1 to 7 in a litter. Just like domestic kittens, they are born blind. They're weaned at around 6 or 7 months. These ones are about 6 weeks old. There's no telling who their father is. In this pride, it could be either Black Mane or Goldie. Cubs in the same litter can have different fathers. Both big males probably mated with the same lioness. Being born into a stable pride like this one has tremendous advantages for the cubs. The big pride is an effective hunting group, so the cubs seldom go hungry, and the nursing mothers have plenty of milk. With 6 resident lionesses, there are usually plenty of young companions for the cubs to play with. These 3 all belong to the same mother. Another advantage of the pride system is that cubs of all ages belonging to different mothers play together. So the smallest cubs can learn the rough and tumble of life at an early age and grow up increasingly able to take care of themselves. It's useful to have a lot of ants around, too. Cubs know that they can appeal to almost any of the lionesses for affection and sometimes even for milk if there's another nursing mother in the pride. If they're not welcome, they're politely told to go away. Returns to her mother, or perhaps to a friendly ant who is also nursing young. It's hard to tell. When calling up straying cubs, females usually give a series of low grunts. Here she is roaring. The effect is the same. The cub comes scampering out of hiding to join its mother. The advantage of having sisters or half-sisters willing to take care of each other's cubs becomes apparent when a mother is seriously injured, usually when hunting. Some of these cubs don't belong to this lioness, yet she's leading them to drink. Their real mother lies at the bottom of this small water hole, mortally injured. Her jaws are smashed, probably by the hooves of a zebra she was trying to bring down. She'll no longer be able to feed herself or her cubs, but the pride system gives them a very good chance of being fed and reared by another lioness. Perhaps the most difficult thing when making a film about lions is that they spend about 20 hours out of every 24 just resting and sleeping. The 4 hours of activity usually occur around dawn and dusk. With the Umbika pride, dawn is the time for hunting. Dusk is often when the pride moves down to the waterhole for its evening drink. This pride, unlike many others, never kills there. Nevertheless, the giraffes prefer to keep them well within view. The giraffes are on the alert. They've got young with them and they're taking no chances. As the sun goes down, only the big and powerful who have nothing to fear are left at the waterhole. The king of beasts backs down when an elephant wants his drinking place. The cubs recognize no such system of rank. All they know is that it's cool, and the cool of the evening is a fine time to play. A full moon rises over the waterhole where the 19-strong Umbika pride of lions is spending the night. Even in bright moonlight, it would be impossible for an observer to see exactly what happens to the pride during the hours of darkness. But the camera is equipped with an image intensifier. This seizes upon and brightens the merest glimmer of light. The arrival of some elephants makes a lioness uneasy for her cubs. She calls them to her. Just as in daylight, it's the lions who move out of the elephant's way. As so often, it's the young elephants who throw their weight about as if trying their strength. Some more adults with young arrive. Etosha is one of the few places left in Africa where black rhinos are still fairly common. During the daytime, they're secretive and seldom seen. At night, they come to drink. They're not too keen on sharing the water hole with lions either. Even a big male like black mane begins to feel uncomfortable. A threat from a quite young rhino, and he's off. An uneasy truce follows, both sides keeping their distance. It's highly unlikely that anything serious will develop between the rival groups, although both rhinos and lions do have young with them. After a time, it's the lion cubs who turn the encounter into a game. The Umbika pride is consistent in its hunting habits. It never kills at its own water hole, and it prefers to go after its prey around dawn. Zebra are the main quarry. This morning, the two big males, Goldie and Black Mane, join the pride as it fans out through the Mopani scrub. The big zebra herds are wary. Single animals are more easily surprised in the thick cover. The pride is in no hurry. A steady walk is all that's required until the victim is singled out. The scattered formation will add to the quarry's confusion. The victim is a youngster, not so quick in its getaway as its more experienced companions. The very small cubs aren't able to keep up with the hunt. They'd be a handicap anyway, so their mother has left them hidden in the grass. Now she walks back 2 miles to collect them and lead them to the kill. Besides, very small cubs arriving late on a kill would have to go without or even get driven off. The Umbika pride's territory is usually so well stocked with game that there's seldom a food shortage, so the lioness is quite happy to leave her infants to fend for themselves. This one will have to be quick. The kill is fast disappearing. It finds a way in and gets its share. Small cubs have a lot to learn and can be a hindrance in a hunting situation. A kudu bull approaches. So far, he's unaware of an ambush. Not knowing that their mother is lining up their next meal, the cubs continue to play. The kudu is alert, but not yet scared. He wants to get to the water. An alarm call. Something's given the game away. And here it is. A third cub comes strolling in at the crucial moment. The mother resigns herself to failure. Though very young cubs are tolerated by all pride members, the mothers often get fed up with them and have to discipline their children. Gently gripping and cuffing with a paw are favorite methods. She wants to pick it up, but the cub won't cooperate. When they get bigger, the cubs sometimes turn the tables on their parents. This probably also serves as a lesson in how to trip up prey. The large cub on the ground is about to receive an unusually severe lesson. A second lioness with youngster in tow arrives to assist with the disciplinary action. There's no way of knowing what the young lion has done to deserve such a reprimand. If they are to survive, cubs have to learn what's good, or at least possible, to eat. First, the mother inspects this exceptionally well-armored meal. Then she returns to watch the cubs try to find an answer to the problem. The cubs undoubtedly smell meat inside the container. They don't yet understand that claws and teeth aren't very good for extracting it. A pied crow is more hopeful. If they do succeed, there may be something in it for him. Though this tortoise won't provide a meal, lions do eat a surprising variety of things, including carrion, small mammals such as rabbits and hares, and even occasionally fruit. The lion cub gives up, but not the crow. Crows never give up, not as long as there's the faintest chance of a meal. But tortoises have spent many millions of years perfecting their defenses. They know that all they have to do is wait until lions or crows get fed up and go away. But there are some apparently impregnable animal defense systems which lions can penetrate. Some lions specialize in killing and eating porcupines. In the neighboring Kalahari Desert, porcupines are high on the list of their prey. This particular Etosha lion seems to be a porcupine expert. Extracting the quills and even crunching them up calls for a special technique. The quills are as sharp as little lances. Many a lion has been left with a bad septic wound as the result of getting a quill deeply embedded in its mouth or paw. The attraction of porcupine as prey is probably that it's slow and easy to catch. An adult can weigh 40 pounds, so there's a worthwhile amount of meat on it for a single lion. With their robust sense of play, young males soon become a nuisance to the pride and are forcibly told to leave. They then become, at least for a time, lone hunters. To learn his trade, this outcast established himself by a waterhole outside his former pride's territory. Among Etosha lions, he proved a complete exception. For 3 weeks, he was dramatically unsuccessful. Here is a record of some of his more spectacular failures. It wasn't that he lacked targets. in the dust, and that calls for a drink. Himself too much ground to cover. He didn't pick his target early enough. Charging in the midday sun is thirsty work, especially when you miss. A knockdown at last, but for the zebra. He's learning. He switches targets. How did this young lion survive for 3 weeks until he made his first kill? He was almost certainly scavenging at night off carcasses. He was also hunting small mammals. His instinctive reaction is to drag his kill away where it will be safe from scavengers and even rival lions. He's had plenty of time to choose the ideal spot. It's an isolated bush. His caution is fully justified. These two lionesses have come for a drink and will soon smell the kill. Inside the bush, the successful hunter is unaware of any threat. The young male has finally grown up. He can not only kill, he can also defend his spoils. We've looked at only a fraction of Etosha's lions. There are at least 500 of them in Namibia's vast national park. Their future should be secure. Unfortunately, Etosha lies only 75 miles from the Angola border, and there is always the chance of guerrilla warfare erupting in this part of Africa. The future of the lions, as well as of all other animals in Etosha, depends on the territorial ambitions of the human species.